The first scream echoed across the golf course like a starter pistol, sharp and scandalized, cutting through the polite hush of dawn. Dew still clung to the fairway when baby Trump, tiny red cap slipping over one ear, cheeks puffed with purpose, planted his plastic tee into the grass and announced, in a voice far too confident for a toddler, that this round was going to be the greatest round anyone's ever seen. Tremendous, believe me. Nearby, baby Kamala stared at him from her stroller, eyes wide, pacifier bobbing, as if she already sensed that history and chaos were about to take a swing. The clubhouse had barely opened, but word spread fast when two of the most recognizable babies in America arrived with their entourages of exhausted nannies, over-caffeinated aides, and one bewildered golf pro who kept whispering, "They're babies. They're literally babies." Baby Trump insisted on driving the tiny electric cart himself, steering with one hand and waving to imaginary crowds with the other. Baby Kamala, strapped in like a co-pilot, clutched a sippy cup labeled Hope and eyed the rolling greens with cautious curiosity. This was not her usual playground. There were no swings here, no crayons, no nap mats, just wide open space and a lot of grown-ups holding their breath. From the very first hole, the differences were obvious. Baby Trump marched up to the tee box, patted the grass as if it owed him money, and demanded silence with a raised finger. He swung his foam club with dramatic flair, missed the ball entirely, and immediately declared it a perfect shot. Applause erupted, some polite, some panicked, and he soaked it in, bowing deeply. Baby Kamala, meanwhile, wriggled free of her straps, toddled over, and tapped the ball gently forward. It rolled only a few inches, but she clapped like she'd just discovered fire. The crowd laughed, relieved. For a moment, it felt like a harmless skit, a sweet absurdity in a world that could use one. Then the meltdown began. It started. What followed was a symphony of toddler outrage. Baby Trump wailed about unfairness, about how he should be winning because he always wins, about how the hole was clearly biased. Baby Kamala, startled by the volume, began to cry too, not out of anger, but confusion. She looked around at the adults, searching for reassurance, and found only nervous smiles. The meltdown spread like a ripple. One baby crying turned into two, and suddenly the calm morning was a chorus of sniffles, shouts, and dropped pacifiers. That's when something unexpected happened. A groundskeeper named Eli, who'd been quietly raking sand traps for 30 years and had raised 4 kids of his own, set down his rake and walked over. He didn't check his phone. He didn't ask permission. He just knelt on the grass between the two babies and spoke softly, the way you do when the world feels too loud. "Hey," he said, "this is just a game. And games are for learning how to play together." Baby Trump sniffed, eyes darting. Baby Kamala hiccuped, clutching her cup. Eli picked up the ball and placed it back on the tee, then handed each baby a club. "You both get a turn," he said. "And if the ball doesn't go where you want, that's okay. We try again." It wasn't magic. The crying didn't stop instantly. But it slowed. Baby Kamala reached out and touched Baby Trump's sleeve, a small, tentative gesture. He looked at her, surprised, then looked away, but he didn't pull back. When she smiled, gummy and hopeful, something softened. He stood up, wiped his nose with the back of his hand, and nodded like he was agreeing to a treaty. They tried again. Baby Trump swung and this time made contact, sending the ball rolling in a crooked line that veered toward the rough. He puffed up, ready to declare victory anyway, but paused when Baby Kamala pointed and laughed, not mocking, just delighted by the motion. He followed her gaze, watched the ball settle, and for the first time didn't say anything at all. Baby Kamala took her too.